welcome to Selfie Stick Central. Today I just want to have like a kind of a tank talk with you because I've bumped into this subject all over the interwebs, whether it be like on forums or on Facebook groups or like a bunch of places where everyone's free to talk and ask questions. And let's make it like a scenario. Someone has like a problem with their tank or their fish are dying, and like the most common thing, like it would be ache or something, and the person says, well, this is what's going on with my tank, and then you have a couple of people that give an answer, a very plausible answer, your fish have this or that. But then you have 100 other people that come up with different scenarios, different solutions, and just like elaborate it way past the actual question that was asked, which was like, what's wrong with my fish, But all these answers are being provided without actually seeing a photo of the fish, knowing any water parameters, knowing anything about the tank, how long it's been set up, and the person is actually not asking the question properly either or providing the proper information. And this happens all the time, and I try to help like as much as possible, like normally like on fish groups on Facebook. Like I see like regular problems, I'm like, man, if that was one of my clients, like I just help them, like it's like an easy thing, but then people take advice from all of the above comments, and once they read like the 100th comment and the 100th possibility of what's possibly going on, you know what people do? They're like, I'm done, that's it, I'm done with tanks, like I'm just done with it, like it's not for me. And all this is because it's so discouraging to read all this stuff, which is probably good, some bad, some totally oblivious, because the person is a newbie and they don't know, and all these possibilities are overwhelming. Well, I understand that. I fully understand that. I had a bunch of clients calling me with like a problem. Their tank was so dirty, they forgot about it or whatever, they were gonna like give up on it. Sometimes it's just because the tank was in the basement, they would never see it, they'd forget about it. And the moment they said we undo everything and sell everything, I'm like, wait up, just move the tank upstairs, you'll see it, you'll enjoy it. And guess what, it's still working. But where I'm going with this whole thing is that no matter how well intentioned you are in helping someone on a forum or on Facebook groups, it doesn't matter, because your comment, it's probably gonna just fly over their head. If you are the person asking the question, the best thing to do for you is not ask the question to people, it's to go on the internet, on Google, on a reputable fish site that has proper information from scientists, from actual real articles, and do the research yourself, okay? It's like if you asking like Facebook what's wrong with my fish is the equivalent of Googling I have a headache and ending up having a brain tumor. Like, if you just ask a question, yeah, you can like end up down the line with something as crazy as diagnosis of that. But if you do research and you go step by step, like there's these wonderful websites, okay? If your fish are sick, they have like categories of the symptoms of, you just follow like the line of the symptoms they have, and then you end up with a diagnosis and a treatment. There you go. That was easy. But if you just say my fish are sick on a Facebook group, well, man, it could be your water. Maybe your fish aren't sick. Maybe your water is just really bad. Maybe you just killed all the good bacteria in your filter, or maybe you never even had good bacteria to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's not the fish. Like, I'll give you an example of this lady that posted a week or two ago. It's in a Facebook group. My fish are sick, they're dying, I just got it. And there's so many diagnoses that came through. Like, the initial thing that she said, it was that the fish was swelling and dying the next day. Man, And the thing is that we only seen a little bit of the tank, and I saw there was aqua soil in it. I'm like, maybe it's nitrates from the aqua soil because she hasn't like cycled it enough. But I'm thinking like maybe she doesn't even know what cycling is at this point, you know. So we're like, maybe it's not cycle. So for a whole week she was losing fish back to back, thinking it was just a cycle problem. Then like a week later she's still on it, and like my fish are dying, and I'm like, can you provide me a picture of what the fish look like? And I swear to God, there was white dots, and I'm like, man, they got ick. But not only was there white dots and a problem as easy as ick, but they had like white patches on them, and they were tetras. So basically her fish had neon tetra disease and ick because of the stress of everyone dying. Well, that was goddamn easy. But if you're hearing the word ick right now in this video and you don't know what ick is, now would be a great time to just Google fish ick, and then you'll know what ick is, because it's the most common ectoparasite on a fish, and it's so easy to get it from a pet store, just as she did. And as we developed into that subject, we discovered a lot more people had bought fish from the same pet store and had the same symptoms, and all the fish died. Well, basically you go back to the pet store and tell them they got neon tetra disease and ick in their tanks. But that lady gave up on her tank. She just, I'm gonna get a betta and put it in a bowl. That was it. That was the solution. But this is because research wasn't done on her behalf when she had the problem, and she asked people. They gave her a ton of different answers, because there's a ton of different like answers for it. Like, we don't know anything about your tank, but you do. You're there in front of your tank and you can see what's going on. So first you have to research parameters for your tank. You have to research how filtration works, how the nitrogen cycle works. Then you research fish disease and you compare the symptoms that your fish have. You just go like a little pyramid and elimination process, and then you'll know. Like, the information's out there. It's on Google. There's not one Facebook group that's gonna fix your problem. Like, I've made so many mistakes in those past, I don't know, like many years I've owned fish. Like at least 20 years I had fish. Since I was a kiddo I had fish, and man, I have killed so many fish. But at 10 years old I had my little book with the fish disease, and I'd go to the pet store and ask for the proper medication, because it's your pet and you should know how to treat it and how to take care of it well so that it lives, right? So that's it. That's my only point. Do your research by yourself. Do the homework. You know, it's a bit of a science to know everything, but you know, you're your own teacher at this point, and the information's really out there. So no matter how much I want to help people on forums and so on, if they don't do the research for themselves, they're just gonna end up giving up on the hobby and killing a bunch of fish in the process. So that's it. It's a bit of like a sad video in a way, but I really wanna like people to, you know, educate themselves on fish, because just as any other animals, fish are animals, and they deserve love and care and like a safe environment for them to be happy and live their full lifespan, as compared to like 1 week and you know. So yeah, also another thing is, if you ever have like any questions, any things you want me to develop in further videos, like I'm really willing to do that. Like if you have any, you know, subjects you want me to go into and give you advice, yeah, I'm willing to do that. My channel is right about there now, that I do want to interact with you guys. I want to do Q&As, and yeah, I'll make a video about that so you can leave me all like your questions under it, because I want to help. I really do. And you know, if you give me a proper description of your tanks and stuff, I'll do my best to be able to answer for it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Watch my other 300 and some videos. There's so many of them, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.